In this video, we'll give you a clear view of what you can do in Aix-en-Provence. We'll show you everything by category: strolls, night strolls, markets, tours, museums, churches, garden. We are a French family, former travel planners, and we run a user-friendly France travel guide, culturefoncia.com. Check the description, you'll find our pages about Aix-en-Provence, plus our interactive map. First of all, let's start with a quick overview. Aix-en-Provence, also simply called Aix, is known for its unique identity. It mixes an elegant, stylish vibe with that laid-back south of France atmosphere. Aix-en-Provence is located in the south of France, in the Provence region. It has a population of 150,000 people, and almost all the places to visit are in its old town, which is about 1 kilometer long. Now, let's see the strolls. Because of its unique vibe, the old town of Aix-en-Provence is one of the most pleasant ones to walk around in the entire country. And just strolling around there is reason enough on its own to visit the city. Here, everything is pedestrian-friendly, even the larger streets. There is the main street, the Cours Mirabeau, lined with its shops, cafes and restaurants. And there are many squares, big and small, which are one of the main highlights of the old town, especially because they are very lively, with countless bar and restaurant terraces, with areas sometimes in the sun, sometimes shaded under the trees. All these squares together, and the fact that you can spend time there having a drink or a meal, are a key part of the identity of the old town and its art of living. These squares are connected to each other by a whole network of streets, wide or narrow, and they also add to the typical charm of the old town. As you walk around, you'll see this architecture, with many Baroque-style buildings, like many private mansions from the 17th and 18th centuries. The old town is actually the third largest collection of Baroque architecture in France, after Paris and Versailles. And there are also many old fountains scattered here and there across some squares and streets. As for the colors, they are mostly dominated by tones ranging from beige to yellow, in harmony with the sunny climate of the south of France. Now, let's see the night strolls. The old town again. Depending on the season and when the weather is nice, it's also the area you can explore at night to discover its other vibe. Even if the city is not one of the largest in France, it can be lively in the evening, especially thanks to its large student population, which makes up more than a quarter of the city's population. The action takes place on its countless squares and also along some streets, and in the bars and on the many terraces. Now, let's see the markets. First, the daily food market. It takes place in the mornings on Place Richelme Square. It's the historic market of the city, and it fills this small square surrounded by typical facades and cafes. You'll see high-quality food products there: fish, meat, cured meats, fruits, vegetables, olives, and other Provençal products. Then, on Place Comtal Square, on some mornings, there is another food market. And it's also outdoor, and it stretches out in front of the large historic courthouse building. There as well, you'll see the classic regional products, like fish, meat, cured meats, fruits, vegetables, olives, and other Provençal products. Then, spread across several streets, there is the long Flea Textile Craft Market. It takes place on some mornings and it starts from the famous Cours Mirabeau, with a small section dedicated to the flea market. There, you can see more or less old objects of all kinds. Then, along most of this main street, there is the textile section, with clothes in different materials and styles for a wide range of tastes. If you can, try to walk along this main street, the Cours Mirabeau, when there is no market and also when it's taking place, so you can experience its two different atmospheres. Then comes the craft market section. There, you'll see items and accessories in different materials, colors, and designs. And the market connects to Place Comtal Square, where the food market we talked about before takes place. Then, on Place de l'Hôtel de Ville Square, there is a small flower market on some mornings. On this square, surrounded by typical facades, you can see beautiful flowers in many different colors and varieties. Now, let's see the tours. There are several activities you can do in Aix-en-Provence, like walking tours, food tours, and more. We've got a dedicated page on our website where you'll find the full list, with provider recommendations for each one. The link is in the description. Now, let's see the museums. First, the Caumont Art Center. It's located in a beautiful 18th century private mansion, and it hosts temporary art exhibitions of different kinds. The other highlight of this place, if not the main one, is its interior itself, with its decor and furniture, and this interior also includes a restaurant that benefits from this elegant setting, plus a section on the outdoor terrace, which extends into a small garden area. Then, toward the end of the old town, there is the Granet Museum, which is divided into two locations, and the main one is here in a former cloister. There is a section dedicated to different types of sculptures, and the museum mainly features beautiful paintings by well-known artists from different European styles, ranging from the 14th to the 19th century. Now, 200 meters further, there is the second location of the museum. It's set inside a former chapel restored in a contemporary style, and it mainly houses a collection of modern art. Then, just a little outside the old town, there is the Pavillon Vendôme, a 17th century property of the Duke of the same name, with a classic French-style garden. The interior is decorated with typical furniture and paintings from the same period. And the place also hosts different kinds of art exhibitions. Now, if you go to the north of the city, you can walk in the footsteps of Paul Cézanne, the famous 19th century French Impressionist painter who was born in Aix-en-Provence. Here, there is a small garden with representations of some of the artist's works. And above all, there is his studio, with some of his furniture and objects. Cézanne especially used the surrounding nature of Aix-en-Provence as a source of inspiration. Now, at the other end of the city, all the way to the west, there is a modern and unusual building. It's dedicated to the works of Victor Vasarely, a 20th century Hungarian-French artist and one of the key figures of optical art. Now, let's see the churches. First, the Aix-en-Provence Cathedral. It's located on the site of a previous church, and it was built starting in the 12th century and modified several times over the following centuries, which gives it a mix of different architectural styles, both on the outside and inside. Inside, besides its architecture, you can also see large religious paintings, as well as a large organ. Now, the cathedral also has an octagonal baptistry, which is even older than the cathedral, and it's very rare to see this in France. And it also features a later dome from the 16th century and several sacred paintings. Then, at the other end of the old town, toward the south, there is the Saint-Jean-de-Malte church. It's a fortified 13th century church, and it's the first Gothic-style one built in the Provence region. Its interior features religious artworks and a beautiful stained glass window. Then there is the Saint-Esprit church. It dates back to the 18th century, and its facade and interior are in the Baroque style. And its interior is richly decorated and includes many religious paintings. Now let's see the garden. All the way to the north of the city, even slightly outside, there is a garden dedicated to the painter Paul Cézanne. It's located less than 1 kilometer above his studio that we saw in the museum category. This place is a kind of memorial garden in honor of the artist who used to come here to paint for its view of the Sainte-Victoire mountain located west of the city. The garden has various Mediterranean plants and several reproductions of the artist's paintings. And this place is also the only kind of viewpoint the city has. Now that you've got a clear view of what you can do in Aix-en-Provence, for more info of each place, including opening hours and prices, check out our website culturefrancia.com. The links are in the description. And for more videos about the Provence region, check out our playlist popping up on the screen. And to support what we do, like, subscribe, and leave us a comment. See you in the next video.